Happening now, what we know about a late-night stabbing in Jamestown. Plus, we're diving into the city's plan to spend the millions allocated to our area, part of President Biden's American Rescue Plan.
Well, we have a couple more days to go of this humid air, then some refreshing weather is on the way. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
One person was injured following a stabbing on Jamestown's west side last night. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. First responders were called to the area of Fairmount and Lakin Avenues around 9 o'clock. Jamestown police officers telling our Bronson Rasmussen on scene that a male victim was taken to UPMC Chautauqua Hospital. That man, police say, did not initially cooperate with officers. It's unclear what led up to that incident. However, police are continuing to investigate as of this morning. Now, we followed up with the department, who has not provided an update as of our broadcast time. Well, a Dunkirk woman previously acquitted of murder and manslaughter was granted a new trial for weapons possession charges. New York State's 4th Appellate Division announced yesterday that it reversed a 2018 judgment from Chautauqua County Court convicting Rebecca Ruiz, who stood trial in the 2017 shooting death of her boyfriend, 21-year-old Julian Duman. Ruiz was sentenced by Judge David Foley to 6 years in prison, but she appealed that, citing the court denied her request to instruct the jury on the defense of temporary and lawful possession of a firearm. Now, additionally, the court also denied an appeal from a Chautauqua County man, Justin Hoffa, who was acquitted of attempted murder of a Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputy in 2018 following a second trial that stemmed from a prior mistrial. Hoffa, who was convicted on third-degree robbery, is incarcerated at Franklin Correctional Facility. Well, we're continuing to monitor your money, and now we're hearing from officials in Jamestown about their plan to use the American Rescue funding. This week, I sat down with the city's mayor, who's looking to cover a wide range of topics with the over $28 million the city received from Washington. In partnership with the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation, Mayor Eddie Sundquist held several listening sessions this summer to gauge public feedback about his proposed spending ideas.
Some themes that we've heard over and over again was more funding for mental health, more funding for neighborhood stabilization, being able to make repairs to homes, being able to remove blighted properties.
On that front, he plans to allocate funding for direct aid to some,
or the money can plug into play for programs that already exist to help with your homes. But it is meant to be a grant, right? It's meant to give you the funding that you need, whether that's making a down payment to buy a house or whether that's improving your roof, the structure, the painting.
Additionally, some of the money could be used to hold landlords accountable and in some cases take ownership of structures that get out of control.
I could tell you the 5 houses in my neighborhood that if I had bulldozed or I had repaired would completely change what the neighborhood looks like.
Sundquist is looking to develop what's called a receivership program.
How does the city work with partners to collect the rents, make the repairs to the homes, and then their landlord can have that property back?
City leaders are already working to combat zombie houses by taking the owners to court. In addition to housing programs, there will also be funding for improving public parks and investing in public safety, like improvements for the city's fire department. Furthermore, $10 million will be allocated to help spur economic development. The mayor is also considering setting aside funding to improve internet access.
We definitely could utilize some of that money to create a municipally funded network to address the digital divide that continues to occur in the city.
Explained Sundquist, who first proposed the idea back in 2019 while running for office.
What you're looking at is a pretty extensive network that's going to cost a lot, and it's going to probably cost more than we got in the American Rescue Plan Act.
He's hopeful that President Biden's infrastructure package will pave the way for additional funding as well.
Right now, we're just working on a feasibility study to see what would that cost the city. Does it work for what we currently have? And will our residents, will our businesses benefit?
The mayor's office sent out a survey a few months ago to gauge feedback from businesses. Sundquist says he was hoping to have more participation, however believes the feasibility study will stir up more excitement on the idea. Now, those looking to learn more about his spending plan can log on to jamestowny.gov/rescue plan and review it for yourself. The city has until 2024 to allocate the funding to projects that municipality hopes to undertake. The mayor is going to present his final draft of the spending plan to lawmakers next month. Well, area teachers are gearing up to return to school this fall, and with help from a nationally renowned early childhood education expert. This week, Lisa Murphy, founder of Ooey Gooey Incorporated, spoke to educators during a presentation at the Northwest Arena in downtown Jamestown. Murphy, who has held workshops with educators for decades, says her message is simple as she urges teachers to take a breath and connect with their students as if it was their first and last day in school.
And there's a big difference between I'm so glad you're here and, right? Get on your mat, be quiet, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, crisscross applesauce, I'll call your mother. Big difference. And I want to remind everybody who's joining us for these next 2 days that the first piece, I'm so glad you're here, is where we're wanting everybody to be on that first day.
In total, Murphy offers 15 different workshop topics to help teachers prepare. She says this year in particular, it's very important to connect with those kids directly before the lesson starts. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comment section down below. We always love to hear from you. Great to see Butch, good to see Greg, Misty, and Robert on this Friday afternoon. And we want to say hello to our viewers watching us on television as well, on channel 716 on your Roku channel. If you haven't added it already to your lineup, what are you waiting for? Just search channel 716 and hit that add channel button today. And we'd love to see you on TV along with some other great local programming that's coming down the pipe. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And I know Mr. Hunter has promised a little bit of relief on the way today.
Yes, there's going to be a little bit of relief, but it's not going to get here until a little bit later on, like we're talking next week. Randolph Peaches and Cream Skycam shows you, those cumulus clouds, 80 degrees, but yeah, that sticky, icky dew point at 72, still a problem, and it's going to be a problem through the weekend. So I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry. I mean, it has just been ridiculous how much humidity we've had, and it's going to continue here. But so far, satellite and radar composite is pretty dry across western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania, and we will see the development of some showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. But hey, a good place to be today will be the Lake Erie waterfront. Lake Erie water temperatures now up to 77 degrees off Buffalo, 80 off Erie. It's bath water. Grab the soap with a northeast wind 5 to 10 knots with wave heights 2 feet or less. Storms should miss the Lake Erie shoreline today because of a lake breeze that should protect the Lake Erie shoreline from any storms today. So it's mainly going to be inland. 84 was the high yesterday, but this is a little bit off-centered. The Jamestown airport went offline for a few hours yesterday, so it's a little bit of an asterisk. So we can put an asterisk mark right there. But 84 was the official high. Not sure if that's correct because we lost data for a couple hours. 65 is where we started the day. 95 and 39 are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, it's still humid out there, partly sunny on average. Scattered thunderstorms develop through the afternoon. Some of them could contain some heavy rainfall. 78 at the Lake Erie shoreline to 84 inland with a southeast wind. Now the weekend is just going to be humid, but some turnaround will be on the way for next week. We'll talk about it in detail in just a few minutes. Justin.
Yeah, we want to hear that, Dakota. We'll see you back in 10 minutes, sir. Well, during a meeting yesterday, the New York State Health Department approved a vaccine mandate requiring all healthcare workers to get COVID-19 vaccines, removing religious exemptions. The original plan was from former Governor Andrew Cuomo and would have allowed people to opt out of getting the shot for religious reasons. An attorney for the State Department of Health says that the state is not constitutionally required to provide a religious exemption. Staff in hospitals and nursing homes must be fully vaccinated or have their first dose by September 27th. All other facilities, including diagnostic and treatment centers, home health agencies, long-term health care providers, school-based clinics, and hospice care programs must have at least one shot by October 7th. Well, booster shots for the COVID-19 vaccine are now available to Chautauqua County residents, with half a dozen clinics taking place next week. WNY News Now's Bronson Rasmussen spoke with the county's public health director about where they are taking place and why she says a third dose is so important.
County Public Health Director Christine Schuyler says those vaccinated earlier this year should sign up to receive a third dose as COVID-19 Delta variant cases continue to rise.
Research is now showing that immunity can wane, which is not unusual. For many people who have now been fully vaccinated since January, there is a chance that immunity can start to wane. So it will be important to get that third dose to ensure that your immune system is still up to par to compete with this ever-changing virus.
The highly contagious Delta variant, Schuyler says, is responsible for the uptick in cases this month. As of Friday morning, 210 people were actively ill with the virus and 10 hospitalized.
About 95% of what is circulating in New York State now is the Delta variant. People don't understand the Delta variant is a game changer for us in public health. It's a new strain that is mutated and is very, very contagious.
Those interested in receiving a third dose of Pfizer's vaccine have several options, with 5 drive-through clinics taking place at the Chautauqua Lake Central School bus garage. Appointments are required with online registration at chqgov.com. Local pharmacies and state-run sites are also available options. Schuyler agrees with federal recommendations that anyone, even those vaccinated, should mask up to stop transmission of the variant. This is especially important to protect those unvaccinated, like children under 12.
We fully support the CDC's recommendations that there should be universal masking in schools at this time. If we can get the Delta variant under control, we will continuously monitor that, and I think then that's when those restrictions can be peeled back.
Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. Johnson & Johnson is vying for approval to roll out a booster of its single-dose vaccine as well. Well, coming up, a lot more to tell you about New York's new governor officially naming her number 2. And later, the latest on the deadly attack in Afghanistan, what locals are doing to honor the American heroes who lost their lives. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this Friday afternoon.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Well, New York Governor Kathy Hochul named the state's next lieutenant governor. Hochul formally named State Senator Brian Benjamin to that role during a press event in Harlem yesterday. Hochul says there will be a formal swearing in for Benjamin sometime after Labor Day.
I am so delighted to announce my partner, and the word partner means something to me. Someone will work side by side in the trenches. Someone will be out there championing our policies and our administration's agenda in every corner of the state, with a real focus on New York City, because New York City needs our help.
Now, in his acceptance speech, he spoke of New York's present challenges that he's ready to face with Governor Hochul. naming gun violence, affordable housing, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Benjamin is former investment banker who worked with former President Barack Obama's National Finance Committee. Hochul was sworn in as New York's first female governor on Tuesday. She's replacing Andrew Cuomo, who resigned after investigation into sexual harassment allegations against him, he denying any wrongdoings. Well, in a victory for landlords, the Supreme Court blocked the extension of the Biden administration's COVID-19 related eviction moratorium. A majority of justices ruling that the only way for the eviction moratorium could continue was if Congress specifically authorized it. The unsigned 8-page decision says the CDC exceeded its authority in preventing landlords from evicting tenants for unpaid rent. Congress imposed the original eviction moratorium, which former President Trump ordered the CDC to extend several times. When Congress failed to take action again, the Biden administration issued a new moratorium, which the court effectively struck down yesterday. The highest court action allows evictions to resume all around the nation immediately. Well, we want to warn you, this next story contains graphic and violent images. These images are extremely difficult to watch, but it's important to show them. They expose the inhumanity that's happening in Afghanistan now, where ISIS-K now claiming responsibility for the bombings in Kabul that have killed more than 60 people and wounded more than 150 others. Among the dead, more than a dozen U.S. service members. Isabel Rosales with the latest from Washington.
The lives we lost today were lives given in the service of liberty.
America in mourning. The flag on top of the White House now at half-staff in honor of the U.S. service members killed during terror attacks in Kabul, Afghanistan Thursday morning.
These American service members who gave their lives, it's an overused word, but it's totally appropriate here, were heroes. Heroes who've been engaged in a dangerous, selfless mission to save the lives of others.
ISIS in Khorasan, also known as ISIS-K, claiming responsibility for the carnage created by the suicide bombings.
The threat from ISIS is extremely real. We've been talking about this for several days. We saw it actually manifest itself here in the last few hours with an actual attack.
One bombing at a hotel, another at an airport checkpoint, where people were lined up desperately trying to evacuate the country before the August 31st deadline.
Clearly, if they were able to get up to the Marines at the screening at the entry point of the base, there's a failure somewhere. It was a failure by, the Taliban operate with varying degrees of competence.
The Biden administration is now vowing swift retribution in response to the deadly attacks.
We're prepared to take action against them. 24/7, we are looking for them.
We will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and make you pay.
In Washington, I'm Isabel Rosales.
Isabel, thank you. Flags on all state buildings will be flown at half-staff today in memory of the citizens and soldiers that were killed in Afghanistan. New York Governor Kathy Hochul announcing that yesterday. Hochul called the attack cowardly and said it struck at the heart of our democracy and freedom itself. She goes on to say New Yorkers have sacrificed their safety to serve in Afghanistan since 9/11, and our thoughts are with the families of everyone killed in the horrific act, both the civilians seeking freedom and those service members working to defend that freedom. The Memorial Act will be joint with the half-staff order already in place for the honor of New York State Police Trooper James Monda, who died in the line of duty on the Great Schenectady Lake on Sunday. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below. And Dakota, yesterday, I think those images, and as we got more and more information, it only got worse and worse there from Kabul, where we had now 13 American heroes who gave everything for this nation and trying to protect those who couldn't protect themselves, trying to flee that country in Afghanistan who has been so much over this decades-long war, which many seem to be excited that is coming to an end, but unfortunately not too soon for those men and women there. So certainly our thoughts and prayers are with them, their families, and their Gold Star families now that really are paying the ultimate sacrifice, continuing beyond them. And I'm sure as we learn who these servicemen and women are in the next few days here, I think our nation really comes together with things like this. So it awful to report, for sure. But nevertheless, let's switch gears and get a check of our weather forecast. And the weather not that bad today, although a lot of people really looking for some of that relief that's out there. And I know we're not going to find it right away anyways.
No, it's not going to come in the short term, but it will be in the late term. But wanted to mention something that, now since we're thoroughly depressed, why don't we get more thoroughly depressed? Talking about sunset times here. Hope you enjoyed last night's sunset. 8 o'clock was the last sunset for the year. Tonight's sunset is 7:58. The next time we'll see a sunset at 8 o'clock will be April 17th of 2022. So hope you enjoyed it, because the long days are gone. And we're going to start losing daylight more and more as we get to the fall. 79 degrees right now is a noon hour, variable wind of 3, but that's that dew point. 70 creates a heat index of 82. So that 70-degree dew point is oppressive, and that's going to remain the main driving factor for today. But the good news is, looking down the long term, we do have some good news for you. This is for tomorrow. 84 tomorrow, 85 Sunday. So these 2 days are just sticky, icky, oppressive, hot, and humid. But look at where the temperatures go as we go into next week. A strong cold front arrives early next week, which also shifts our wind direction and brings us much cooler and refreshing air for next week. You need it. We all need it, and it's going to be welcomed with open arms here. So we have a stationary front that is stalled out right across the region. That's ultimately going to be the focal point for some showers and thunderstorms today. And it's actually, what's happened here is we have a warm front and a cold front that's merged together. Stationary front, and that cold front we've been talking about was going to cross the region, not going to produce much in the way of cooling, as is the case today. So newest run of future scan paints you those showers and thunderstorms popping up through the afternoon. And again, this is a computer simulation. The showers and thunderstorms are not going to be in this exact location, but they're going to be on again, off again through the afternoon. Some of them could contain some heavy rain. They taper off overnight, partly to mostly cloudy for tonight, and then tomorrow another chance for showers and thunderstorms with that oppressive humidity. They'll pop up through the afternoon hours tomorrow, and again, you know the deal. They're going to pop up and fall apart at random through the day. So again, just have the radar handy as you go out and then try to enjoy some of the warmer air. So the zone forecast, the inland areas today, we're likely going to go around the lower to mid 80s across much of the area today. It's still rather muggy with a few passing storms. I want to talk about tropical weather very quickly, because we now have Tropical Storm Ida in the Gulf of Mexico here, and there it is right there. This thing has seen a lot of convection. It's rapidly strengthened to a tropical storm, 65-mile-per-hour winds with 75-mile-per-hour gusts. And here's the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. The NHC has this thing becoming a Category 3 hurricane that is a major hurricane before it makes landfall right on the U.S. Gulf Coast early next week. So we'll have to watch this. And again, could be a Category 3. We don't know yet. But again, they do have this coming up as a Category 3 right near New Orleans, so we'll have to watch that. The next 7 days of your life are right here, and again, you'll see that warm and sticky air through the weekend, and then that cooler air filters in as we go into next week. We should dry out as well with the sunshine returning in good supply next Thursday. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say, like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. In an effort to help animals find a forever home, we're partnering with the Chautauqua County Humane Society. In my favorite segment, it's the Pet of the Week. In just a little bit, we're going to connect with Amanda Sublett, who is joining us live from the Humane Society to talk more about a furry feline who we are looking to connect with today. This all on top of the special promotion, Amanda, that we're trying to get people to connect with, not just the animals here, but submitting photos of their own animals too for an awesome contest that we're partnered with.
So I actually have Cheetah with me, but not right here. She's being camera shy. She's actually taking a little drink over there. She's our rock star here, Chitara from the Thundercats. Everybody loves Thundercats. She's about 3.5 years old. She's incredibly social, of course, except when the camera goes on. So maybe need a little work there with that movie. But we are going to be at the Chautauqua Mall with her tomorrow from 12 to 4 and a few of our other friends looking for their homes. Got this guy here, Archie, from the famous Archie comics. He's going to come visit us. And then right over there, that's Buster. He's one of our 22 that came in that were abandoned in Jamestown. He's going to be looking for his home tomorrow as well. And we're inviting everybody to come film their own little video for our film festival tomorrow with us. They can borrow one of our cats and adopt them too.
Yeah, and I that's what I was just about to mention, is that you got so many celebrity felines here today. Folks at home can take part of it, which we've really been talking about all week during our promo. But Amanda, you think that would be a really good segue for people to say, hey, if you don't have a cat or a dog, but you want to take part in this competition, you got celebrity material right in front of you.
Absolutely. And it's going to be so much fun getting their faces out there. Everybody loves a good movie, so why not have your own little movie star in the home too?
Yeah, and these guys definitely are ready for the camera, folks. So chqhumane.org is the place to go to learn more information about getting connected with the contest that is ongoing right now. Or on the flip side, as we talk about every week, you can head on over and click adoption, and you can see the adoptable animals and learn a lot more about some of these cats that we have. So far out of the group, Amanda, you think that they're all a good fit? I know each story is different, but they seem to be getting along with each other anyways.
Everybody here is fantastic. They do get along with each other. We've got a lot of great friends who are going to get along with the little people in the home, the other cats, the other dogs. Everybody's super social and friendly, so what more could you ask for in your little partner there?
Right, yeah, absolutely. Everybody just wants a friend. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, the Golden Girls reference, which I know Dakota
Thank you for being a friend.
He's totally right about that.
Travel down the road and back again.
Who brought his microphone up? I don't know, but... All right, Amanda, thank you. So again, to learn more about any of our furry friends that we have here on the show, and again, tomorrow, check them out at the Chautauqua Mall if you want to meet up in person. It's a really, really great opportunity. Head on over to chqhumane.org, where we have so much more information. Amanda and Brian, thank you both so much for connecting with us today. Yeah. Look at who doesn't want a guy like this? He's ready to be your buddy. No matter what, no matter how hot it is. Although it'd be better if you had air conditioner,
Right.
Just saying. I mean, it'd be better for anybody to have air conditioning today, that's for
What's
sure.
that song? Just need somebody to lean on.
Oh, who designated this music hour?
Goodbye. See you Monday.
That's it for
Bye.
us. Oh, I actually don't have any time. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great day. Look, your music distracted me.